Let's go. Are we live?
Good night.
All right, that was a test. We're good to go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go.
It's game time, MP. You ready to put that work in?
MP, you're my favorite player, man. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from MyCareer Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season. And this
Let's
time
win
of
this.
the season, Brent, you know this, what our front office is focused in on right now.
Well, teams got to be really honest about the arc of where it is their team is. Are they competitive? Are they playoff caliber? Are they championship caliber? And depending on where that is, you're going to be very patient with either development or you're going to be impatient to dive in to try to win a championship at all costs. So lots of time here to go, but decisions will be made as the season goes on.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Then it's Chris Paul, and there's Porzingis, and it's Tillman in at the power forward.
Foul.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact.
Yo, Malaka.
For two.
Happy Saturday.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Looking good.
Both free throws good from the professor.
Now you can tell
How are
he's
you doing,
feeling
boy?
confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Pass to Paul. Shoots over Lillard.
No.
Wide open. He fires. Drills the three-pointer.
Come on.
That's some classic Chris Paul in action, reading the floor and finding the opening.
And no good that time. White with the defensive effort. Brown with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Paul.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range. And the
Playoffs
defense
start
knows
today?
that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Lillard the pass to the professor.
Jeremy.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo.
Welcome,
Just
Jeremy.
5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound Boston. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last
Mavs
game.
out of the playoffs.
Consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing
Maybe
away
next
in
year.
that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Screen by Antetokounmpo. The professor, good. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game.
I saw that.
Pass to Brown. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's White. A three-pointer is right on target. White's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Celtics. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest,
And
David?
Heat will play Cleveland, right?
We talked about how they plan to deal with Jaylen Brown. Now, he said Brown's explosive off the dribble, so we have to have bodies in front of him, be physical with him, stay connected with him at all times. We'll see if they can keep Jaylen in check. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. Porzingis with a screen on Giannis. Gets it to go. That one good from Tillman.
80 got injured again?
Outside shooting, really fueling this
Oh,
run.
shit.
Bucks trail by 4. Here's the professor. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. It's stolen by White.
The worst trade ever.
Here's Brown. Kicks it out to Paul. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Nice.
Professor, good.
And Giannis treating the defense like a magazine. Easy reading here for him.
Terrible. Terrible
Boston's
trade.
gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. And Bryant, when you talk about the best player in the
This
league,
man should be fired.
Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down
Defense
the
wins
force
champions.
that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yeah. What a statement.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The professor passes to Middleton. Off target with his
Come on,
three.
Middleton.
Celtics leading by 4. And here's White. 6 points for him. White a screen. Paul right side. White a screen on Middleton. Paul's shot is
Nice.
off.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And that one good.
And I like that Giannis slowing down just a little
Bucks
bit.
got Pacers,
in
yeah.
control there.
Celtics have gone 5 of 12.
This would be
from
an
the
easy
field
one, right?
since the opening tip. Brown kicks to White.
But you never
Open on
know.
the three. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing by 2. The professor's shot is off.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pass to Tillman. Outside White. They set the screen. Off target from outside. Bucks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter.
Nice.
Lillard. Porzingis with the block.
And Porzingis showing some of those signs from early on in his career where he was a great shot blocker.
A nice shot by Brown.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lopez a screen. Here's the professor. And that one is stuffed right through.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Pass to Tillman. Celtics passing it around. Here's White. Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame. A smart block, if you will.
Bucks trail by 5. Here's the professor. 3-pointer. And Paul
Come
throws it
on.
down. Austin's gotten a lot of shots off from 3-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9.
Nice work to get it inside and strong contact.
And a chance
Yeah,
to
it's an early game.
check out the scoring
Early
breakdown
Saturday
for the
game.
Celtics.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the 3-point
Are you going to
line.
watch it?
That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Here's the 3.
Ooh,
Good on the
splash.
shot from the professor. The professor's got 11.
Now, it feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
The shot by Holiday, no good. The Bucks train.
Yeah, maybe.
Payne passes to the professor.
Maybe the second half.
Back to Payne. Giannis a screen on White. LeVert in the corner. Pass to the professor.
I love Saturday
Shot clock
early
at
games.
6. From the arc. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
White's
No
lagged
way he's
today.
going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back.
Super
and
laggy.
relaxed in getting out of it.
Stolen. Here we go, one-on-one. Played in with a nice
Nice.
touch off the glass. He's got 16.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop
Lakers
him in this
Timberwolves.
quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
White
That
to
should be
pass
an
to
easy one
Tillman.
too
Back to White.
for LA. Finally, some
No good again that
NBA
time.
action.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that
I don't know
great
about
position
that.
down low. And when he does,
Maybe
boy,
for
it is
one.
impossible to move.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Walsh is checked in. And it's Williams in for Bryant.
I will go with for one
CTH.
for LA.
Can't teach height. Porzingis is big and completes the play.
Here's the professor, guarded by Holiday. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Here's Kolek. 9 points last game out. Porzingis with a screen on Giannis. Shot clock at 5.
Yeah, like Europe.
Porzingis passes to Walsh.
Home and away games.
Rebounded by Portis. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Boston.
It's getting boring. With so many
Outside
games.
Williams. The 3 from Porzingis. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo. On offense here, the Bucks stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. A professor, good.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
exactly.
He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Porzingis with the ball. He had 22 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
And good that time. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Bucks ahead. They finish off the first quarter with a 13-4 run. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know why.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Williams. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Holiday, and it's Walsh in at the 4 slot. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, guys, the professor
Come
in
on.
that last outing against the Celtics put on a show. He scored 54 points, and he did a little bit of everything for them in that one, adding a triple-double in the process. Those are eye-popping numbers he put up. Couldn't possibly top that tonight, could he? We'll all find out together. Kevin?
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them.
And maybe 10 minutes quarter.
He is on.
Like
And
EuroLeague.
There isn't all that much you can do.
It's like college
Sometimes
basketball.
you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Portis a screen on Holiday. Puts it up.
Nice.
Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Holiday. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Bucks leading by 4. Lopez a screen on Paul. The professor passes to Middleton. Good on the 3-point shot. Middleton's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Tough to contest when a guy that
Yeah,
size
more odds.
can get the shot off that quickly. Middleton with a nice quick release.
More money.
Here's Walsh. Lopez covering. Bucks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And a chance here to check out some stats for Derek White.
Plus more
Strong
minutes
stretch of
for
play
bench
the last
players.
10 games. He's averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
Well, he attracts serious attention from the defense, and that really does open up the backside for a lot of his teammates to take full advantage.
Good. The nice assist for Williams. White's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
A professor. Good.
Nice pass.
The Professor's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to White. Here's Wall. Lopez covering, and so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Celtics making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. And so it's Boston with it. Paul kicks to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. White setting the pick for Williams. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Williams has got his first bucket of the night. Bucks leading by 5.
Hey, Brett, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of
Nice.
their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
Now Paul.
Scoreless thus far.
Porzingis with a screen on Lillard. Paul passes to Holiday. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's the Professor. 27 points for him. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And it's White missing.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Celtics trail by 7. Picked away. A pull-up. And it comes off the front of the rim. Pass to Paul. Celtics passing it around.
58.
Nobody near.
58 is the best.
They get it again. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just home
Porzingis
and away
now
games.
playing with passion, engaged on the
Nothing
offensive
more,
glass.
nothing less.
Lopez, a screen on Holiday. Here's the Professor. Lays it up off the glass. The Professor's got 10 points in the quarter.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Pass to Porzingis. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
And that's what Paul does best, giving his man a great scoring opportunity.
And he drives in. The Professor's shot is off. Celtics trail by 5. Now here is Holiday. He makes that one drop only a second in 5 tries.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Lopez a screen. Here's the Professor. Stolen by Holiday.
What the?
It's Williams with the drive. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
That play happens because of the solid pass from Holiday.
It's Jackson atop the key.
And one.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I don't make things play harder too for big less games. A lot of games make the season boring, the players don't care if they lose.
Exactly. Exactly that. Even for the fans, you know.
And so it's Milwaukee ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after
If
this.
the games don't matter, what's the point? What's the point?
And welcome
Be
to
right back,
halftime.
guys.
With the All-Star festivities around the corner, here are the favorites to take part in the dunk contest.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I've seen your dunk before, bad score.
Wow, you're a tough judge for a guy who never participated in the event.
I always wanted to watch it.
And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Boston Celtics.
The free throw margin says a lot about this game. They're facing a defense that's dug in.
That is more than enough.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball.
Alright, we're back. We are back.
Milwaukee leading
Let's
by
win
9.
this.
Taking a look at the Celtics. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Xavier Tillman is out there with Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Graham.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Here's Paul. After the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the professor in the last outing against the Celtics just played phenomenal. He picked up 54 points and put up double digits in 3 categories. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
Let's
And he was more than
go.
happy to carry them, B.A. He might still
Let's
be
go,
feeding off
Malaka.
that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Ooh.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Lillard. Lopez, the screen. The professor, the pass to
Nice.
Lopez. Yes, it's good. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice job that time. Really an excellent job from Lopez to find the right angle to get the feed off the pick and roll.
Here's White.
Oh,
And
come on.
count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to
Come
the line
on.
for one more. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
Here's the professor. 32 points in the game for him. And out of
What will be
bounds,
the
the
biggest
Celtics
surprise
will take it.
in these playoffs? What do you think?
So it's Boston now. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Brown against Middleton.
Oh, it's been great. Thanks for asking.
Foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. They'll pin that on Chris
It's
Middleton.
almost summer here.
Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on
Let's
his
go
way to
for the
rim.
triple-double.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
And he's
Warriors.
coming off a
Yeah.
huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Pass to Tillman. White on the wing. Outside, Brown. And the Celtics have
Maybe
another
Steph
three.
do it again.
You know, early on, Brown struggled
Who
with
knows?
his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
Down low. Knocks it loose. Here's the professor. Again, the Bucks. Good for 2.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Tillman passes to Porzingis.
Goody.
Shoots over Lopez. Porzingis misses.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough.
Pick and roll
That's how you
master.
win games.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Lobs it up top. Lopez with the steal. Pass to the professor. Lots of room. Basket's good. The professor's got 38 points. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing
You
lanes.
think Bucks will go far? No.
And their block numbers also stand
Unfortunately.
out to me. Challenging shots at the rim has been a big part of their defensive success.
Here's the professor. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. The shot doesn't go that time.
I hope so, but I don't think
Boston's
so.
gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. White, good.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Lopez, the screen. The professor. Off the mark there with a 3.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Fires the 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And another miss by Milwaukee.
Come on, man.
Celtics trail by 13. Here's Brown. Yes. And it's Paul with the assist that time. Paul's got his 9th assist of the game now.
Brown has a nice shot repertoire. Clearly the mid-range doesn't give him much trouble.
Here's the professor. He's got 38.
Hey!
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. One thing to note when you play the Bucks, they don't give up many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. Against Milwaukee, your first shot in each possession is probably and likely going to be your last shot. Some teams don't even try for second chance opportunities against the Bucks. They're such a strong defensive rebounding team.
Boston making a switch here. Holiday is checked in to the paint. Here's the professor.
Foul.
Good work defensively by White.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Milwaukee with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Here's the professor. 3-pointer off the mark.
Got
He's
Nuggets.
been off this whole
Ooh.
period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
For some reason, I
Back to
think
Brown.
Nuggets will go to the finals.
4-3. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's the professor. Pass to Exum. Here's the professor. Give him 39. Oh, another one falls.
What a scoring performance.
Breaking the
42.
40-point threshold yet again. He's done it the 5th most times in NBA history. Tillman passes to Holiday. White with it. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Exum. Out to the wing. Here's the professor. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense has
Oh,
really
it's
got to
Heat
tighten
versus
up on him. I
Cubs.
mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Brown scanning the floor.
So,
Oh, look at Brown. Bang it inside.
so Bucks versus
Tell you
Cubs.
what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs,
Ah,
using
you
his
think so?
elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
Now here's White. 18 points.
We'll see.
Levert's checked in for Milwaukee. Walsh is checked in for Boston. Williams comes in for Tillman.
Jokic is the only guy. That's true. But he's Jokic.
Changes here for the Celtics. Porzingis is checked in for Jaylen Brown.
He's
And it's
Jokic.
Chris Paul in for White. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez.
He can do
Then it's
everything.
Karis LeVert. Then there's Damian Lillard. And it's the professor in a 2-guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's Walsh. Porzingis sets a screen. Just 5 on the clock.
Good D.
3-pointer Holiday. Rebound Milwaukee. Lopez has got his 6th rebound on the night. Antetokounmpo, the pass to the professor. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo.
Nice.
Giannis playing big inside against contact.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. To the middle. Porzingis misses.
Good.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Here's Antetokounmpo.
And
the
one.
officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
That one misses
Come
for
on,
Antetokounmpo.
Giannis.
Well, Clark, we all continue to be amazed by Giannis. What do you like most about his game?
I just think his passion and energy and relentless
Giannis
effort.
plays best
He
around
gives
good
it to
players.
you every time he
Yeah.
steps between the line, you get the sense
That's
he's
true.
not taking any plays off, and he's trying his very best, and that's an endearing quality and something I've
But
really
still.
admired about his game throughout his career. You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
Holiday from long range. Oh, another
Do
basket
you see
for him.
OKC
He's
go all the
6 of 11
way
now.
This is what it's been since halftime.
this year?
Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage.
That
They
would be
came out
awesome.
gunning and have not stopped.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
Now here's Paul. Porzingis with a screen on Lillard. Lillard against Paul.
Goodie.
Porzingis for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. The professor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. With a 9-footer. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
The kick out to Paul. The 3. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. The professor, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Outside for LeVert. Let's go with a 3. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Antetokounmpo has got his 3rd assist of the night. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Oh, I would love to see Lakers versus Celtics. That would be great.
Some changes for Boston. Tillman's checked in for Porzingis. Brown comes in for Walsh.
A
And
classic
Derek
final.
White subbed in for Holiday. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Brown. Over LeVert. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Pass to Lillard.
No.
Brown with a steal.
Come on.
Brown with it. Over to the left wing. Goes up on the baseline. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
White against Antetokounmpo. White, the pass to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Count the basket. And it's Lillard with the ball for Milwaukee. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just 1 game. The professor, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's the professor. 6 to shoot. Tries it from 16. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. The professor's got 44.
Relentless in his
44.
approach. He has one thing on his mind. Close this game out.
Here's White. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Hey, and White is a fighter now. When he's close inside, he's committed to going aggressively to the rack. And if he doesn't score, he at least is going to draw the foul.
Middleton has checked in for Levert. Porzingis has checked in for Boston.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Now here's Brown. Over Middleton. Again, the miss by Boston.
There's one principal reason why they're sitting on this lead. Rebounding.
Simply controlling the glass.
Nice.
Plus 10.
Nice
is the
cut.
advantage in rebounds right now.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less. Boy, he knows
2 more
he should
rebounds.
knock that one down, especially with the defense not
We
giving
need
much
2
of an
more.
effort.
Pulls up. Hauled in by Brown.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Celtics trail by 10. Pass to Paul. Now White. Back to Tillman. And here's Paul. Outside White. Here's Tillman. Off target from outside.
One more.
Milwaukee leading by 10. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Middleton with it.
Shoot.
There's the triple. Sinks it from distance.
That's it.
Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
Middleton really is an amazing shooter. Absolutely amazing, especially from long distance.
Takes a step
I
back.
think Brown was looking at nothing,
Brown.
to be honest.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot.
I want to rest.
So 2 free
So
throws
bad.
for him coming up. They'll pin that
What's your
on
plan?
Chris Middleton.
You go out
And
tonight?
the first one at the line is good.
What makes Brown special is his blend of smarts and effort level. Not just an intelligent player, he also gives you a phenomenal amount of energy out there.
Let's go
He
back.
gets to the line once in the first half. Coach must have really talked to him at the break.
Here's the professor. And the 3 off target.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Pass to Brown. Takes a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Brown's got 32 points.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
The professor, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's the professor. Second shot opportunity. Can't get it to go. Now 9 for 15. Outside, Brown. Top of the key. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time. Brown's got 34.
I don't think he could have been any more impressive than he was tonight. Brown is setting this place on fire.
And it's the professor missing.
He's fallen into a bit of a slump this quarter. How quickly things can turn.
White, the pass to Brown.
No way.
Good D by Middleton.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Here's the professor. Lopez, the screen on White. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Pass to the professor.
Oh.
From deep three-point land. Pulls in another board. And he hauls in his 20th rebound.
Oh, just dominating the glass.
Ball passes to Brown.
Woo.
Here's the professor. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Foul.
Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Pass to Tillman. Here's Brown. Great D that time from Middleton. The Bucks shooting right around 40% since the beginning of the fourth quarter. Here's the professor.
Fine.
Good. And Antetokounmpo gets
Timeout,
the
timeout.
assist. The professor's got 46. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
Yeah. Stay at home. Watch some NBA playoffs. Or maybe go for a drink just for an hour or something. To that birthday house party. It sounds interesting.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Porzingis. The kick out to White. Launches a three. Rebounded by Lopez. To the inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and the jam by Giannis.
In your face.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And so it's Boston with it. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. Back to White. This one for three. Gets the three to fall.
Really love how Brown distributes the ball, keeping his eyes moving at all times.
Here's the professor. And he drops in the layup off the glass. The
48.
got 48.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
White, good. And now we've got an intentional foul. Five ticks left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
MVP.
So the first one drops. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws good. And it's an 8-point ball game. And
50 points game.
Here. 5 ticks left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what's your take?
Trying
Yeah,
to
no.
extend this one, but it seems futile.
You know what? I'm
Stay
sure
home.
crazier things
Stay
have
home, boy.
happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
And they go to the intentional foul.
We missed the
Yeah,
triple
there's no
double.
question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure
For
they
one
would
rebound.
prefer to avoid it.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy.
So we see the Bucks.
Another
get the win
W.
here. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with
So
the game
close.
plan and finishing the job.
To another triple double. We are doing good though. Second place. Let's see the standings. Let's see the standings.
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business.
See you, MP.
Good game, MP. So I'm thinking about letting the kids plan the next three destinations and then pick from the best one.
Risky.
I got $20. You? $5 difference. It's ice cold. I have no idea.
Man, everything feels just a little off. Let's win and go home.
Let's win and go home.
Hey, Pete, you got that look in your eye tonight.
Give me the ball. Ooh, I'm hot. Come on, man. What the fuck? Let's go.
And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. And in our matchup, and nearing the midway point, and Doris, we're always seeing some shifts in the landscape of competition.
That, to me, Kevin, is what makes things both interesting and exciting. There's an intrigue to, are some of the young players in the league pushing the established stars? How deeply into the careers of the great players are we? And are we looking at the end of what has been an extraordinary run of talent? It's always incredible.
Don't foul.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The small and power forwards are the star pair of Middleton and Antetokounmpo. The professor out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Pass to Dick. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. On offense here, the Bucks. Here's the professor coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Lillard, the pass to the professor. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the elbow. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. Pass to Barrett. And good as it just snugs.
Okay, B. Take care, bro.
RJ Barrett trusting the jumper.
I will watch the game also later.
If he's consistent with that, turn the lights out.
And he comes up
See you,
with
bro.
the deuce.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Dick passes to Barrett.
Good D.
Releases. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Darko Rajakovic had a few moments to share with me before. Talking about Damian Lillard, coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said we know how dangerous he can be. Now we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off.
Come on.
All right, thank you, David.
Streaming again.
Nice looking shot there from Barrett. You can tell
Maybe
he's
Monday.
confident when he's shooting the ball.
Maybe
Doris, what this team
we'll
likes
stream
about
Monday again.
Jakob Poeltl, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin? To me,
Playoff
this young man
reactions.
has a nuanced understanding
Yeah.
of the game. He sees the
That
floor,
should be
so
fun.
that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes.
Maybe we'll do
He's
this.
a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
Middleton the pass to the professor. From downtown, hits the
Ooh,
three-point bomb.
splash.
The professor's got 7.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Back to Dick. From deep. Rebounded by the Bucks. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Poeltl. Damian Lillard pulls it in. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks.
And we all know
See you, bro.
about Middleton's shooting ability.
Take care.
But don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Mitchell outside. Dick in the corner.
Come on, boy. Come on, Dick.
Barnes passes to Mitchell. And the Raptors miss again.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's the professor. His three-pointers off the mark. The Raptors have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, it's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of a season.
Manuel quickly, he's checked in for Dick.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And the Raptors with the ball, trailing by 2. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this game.
Last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
I think sometimes the bench can make or break you in a particular game, and that was a total team effort, no question.
Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bucks.
Well,
Let's
Jakob
go,
Poeltl,
Bucks.
guys, may not be a stretch big, but what he does well is virtually everything else. He boards it, he plays incredible D, and he's a very good passer. Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Pass to quickly. The three ball drops in the tray.
And quickly with a big-time answer, knocks down his own 3.
Here's the professor. Antetokounmpo, a screen on quickly. The professor's shot is off.
Well, this has not been a quarter
Hey.
for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Blocking foul.
And the Bucks making a change here. LeVert's check.
Come on.
They've got Chandler. Emmanuel quickly out there with Grady Dick. Then it's Olynyk. And it's Abaji in at the power forwards position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Exum.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
From outside the arc, Toronto grabs the miss. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Pass to Kennard. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's the professor. Trying to break that ice cold streak.
And one.
Oh, what a great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line and try to tack on another. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Milwaukee.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
I think let's give them credit as well for the job they've done getting to the free throw line. It's been a huge factor for them.
The professor passes to Exum, and here is Lopez. Here's the professor. Nails the wide-open jump shot. 15 points for the professor.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Quickly with a wide-open look. And again, Toronto with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Bucks leading by 7. Middleton looking it over. Pass to the professor. Back to Middleton.
Oh, come on.
Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Chandler, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. The jump hook. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Lopez with the block.
Oh, the long arms of Brook Lopez effortlessly sends that back.
Milwaukee's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Quickly. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Quickly's got 10 points in the game.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's the professor. Dick defending. They set the pick. Here's the professor.
Let's go.
Here's the three-pointer. The professor's got 8 points in the quarter.
He nailed 2 from distance in the opening period. Now gets this one.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, guys, the professor in that last outing against Boston put on a show. He tallied 50 points, and his passing was phenomenal with a ton of assists. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match, but he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Pass to Abaji. And it's Quickly in the corner. All alone. And the professor pulls it down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Lopez a screen. The professor passes to Lopez. Here's the professor. Lets the 3 fly. Chandler with the rebound. Here's Abaji.
No.
Foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game. Rule adjustments, Doris, regarding the rip-through move. Do you think those have been effective?
Kevin, I certainly think we've taken a step in the right direction. We have got to give the defense more of a chance at this point, and the idea that you don't get shots on a rip-through is important.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Pirtle, he is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Barnes comes in for Chandler. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Dick. Pass to Abaji in the corner. Shamit with it. And the Raptors miss again. Milwaukee leading by 11. Lopez a screen. The Professor passes to Lopez. Here's the Professor. Down low. Shamit with the steal. To the paint. Inside. Here's Pirtle. The three. Nailed from three-point land.
Jakob Pirtle is an excellent passer for a big man. Just a really nuanced feel.
And here's Kennard. Still without a basket. Lopez a screen. The Professor. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Raptors trailed by 8. Now, quickly. Shot from the wing. And he hits the jump shot. Quickly's got 12.
Outstanding handle from Quickly. Boy, just understanding how to break the defense down.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams deciding to change it up. Lillard surveying the D. To the inside. Down it goes, jamming that one home.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Onside, Barrett fires the three. And the Professor pulls it down. The Professor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Here's Portis. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, boy, big-time denial from Scotty Barnes. Use that frame to your advantage.
This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. Bucks number 1.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense. And these guys are the best in the game playing that style.
The first one falls. And Toronto making a change here. Olynyk's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Pass to Pirtle. And here is Mitchell. Covered by Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dick.
Goody.
Offline with his 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Screen by Giannis. The Professor passes to Antetokounmpo.
Oh my
Kicks
God.
it out to Lillard. Here's the Professor. Covered by Mitchell. Milwaukee. No good that time either.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer. Mitchell's got 6.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
The Professor passes to Portis. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds in this game. For 3, Barrett. The rebound by the Bucks. The Professor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Down low. Here's Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
It may be the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
Pass to Dick. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Barrett wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Lillard outside to the left wing. Here's the Professor.
Let's go.
24 points for him. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Pass to Barrett. Pirtle with his A screen on Levert. Barrett the pass to Purtle. Toronto working the ball around now. For the three. Barrett, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
The professor passes to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
And Antetokounmpo slamming it down there, using his sensational will to finish with the flush.
Purtle finds Barrett. There's the three. Barrett with another miss.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter.
Easy
He
now.
cannot buy one.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Come on, Jans. Come on.
Here's the professor. He's got 27. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Purtle with
Oh
the
my
steal.
God.
An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Barrett. Up again. And Purtle able to finish.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And so it's Milwaukee in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this.
I mean, it's pretty simple. More rebounds, more opportunities. Right now, they're getting crushed on the glass, Shaq.
From where I'm sitting. And next, a look at some of the possible participants. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. What a game we're seeing from the professor.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Middleton and Giannis, the tested forward pair. The professor out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 6 and the basket from Barnes. When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
It's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
Pass to Dick.
Come on, Dick.
3-pointer. Tries again. Purtle uses the glass to finish the layup. Purtle's got 5.
This team loves it when Purtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Screen by Antetokounmpo.
Let's go.
Good on the 3-point shot. 32 points for the professor.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Barrett the pass to Dick. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Here's the professor. Kicks it out
Shoot.
to Lillard. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin,
Oh my
Giannis
God, dude.
Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. Here's Middleton, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Here's Dick, and the dunk by Dick.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Lillard, the pass to the professor. Screen by Antetokounmpo. That's where Giannis wants the ball.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Dick. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Dick's got 12 now in this quarter.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
Lopez a screen. The professor's shot is off.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
And the rejection by Giannis. An even 3-on-3 break.
And one.
A foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bucks.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And again, no good by Toronto.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
We've seen this time and again. R.J. Barrett will not be deterred by a little contact.
Pass to the professor. Hits the back iron and sinks the shot. The professor's got 34.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Middleton on the wing. Payne passes to the professor. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes has got 5 rebounds tonight. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
The professor
Nice pass.
And the dunk by Lopez.
Boy, you love seeing Brook Lopez get involved. He expertly exploits the defense in these pick-and-roll sets.
Mitchell outside. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Dick. Fires for 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
The professor, good. The professor's got 9 points now in just the second half. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. It's a 3-point game. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And the professor picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Both teams will make substitutions. Quickly the pass to Dick. Now here's Olynyk. Pirtle inside. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Olynyk the pass to Quickly. 6 on the shot clock. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Abaji.
Good.
He doesn't hit that one. Milwaukee leading by 3. Outside Jackson.
Nice.
A professor. Good. The professor's got 11 points in the quarter.
Well,
So
they're
close
leading
to
in
the
large
triple-double,
part because
guys.
of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Pass to Dick. Lets it go from deep. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in this second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
They get it back.
Triple-double.
Middleton takes the 3. No good on that one.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like
Now
to
let's
have
finish
back.
them.
Here's Abaji. He's got 5. Here's Payne. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
You love to see him powering through the contact to get the bucket and one. Pirtle with a show of some strength.
It's checked in for the Raptors. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First one falls for him. Olenek, he's checked in for Pirtle. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Quickly finds Dick. Here's Abaji. Olenek, a screen on Middleton. And that one's good. Abaji. Abaji's got 8.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And his performance today, guys, is really a thing of beauty. A triple-double for him today.
Quickly against Portis.
How about the vertical Emmanuel quickly is showing you right there? That is tough.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and
Nice.
over. And now that he has,
Very
I
nice.
don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Dick with it. 23 points in the game. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Ooh.
And a quick look at some of the numbers for Scotty Barnes.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Exum comes in for Jackson. And it's LeVert in for Payne. Pass to Quickly. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. It's LeVert on the wing. Quickly covering. LeVert kicks to Exum.
How terrific is Dante Exum getting into the paint, forces the defense to foul him there.
It's his first trip to the line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70.
Ooh. 1 point.
Here's Lillard. They got Scotty Barnes. Also Williams out there. And it's Shed in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pass to the professor. Screen by Giannis to take the lead. Cuts off the pass. Barnes outside. Here's Shed. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Here's Barnes. The rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Antetokounmpo passes to the professor. And stolen by Williams. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. The kick out to Barnes. And the Raptors miss again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Raptors.
The three-pointers and how well
Very
they're
close
able to
game.
shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Where are you going, boy?
Time from Giannis.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
A professor, good.
And with the height to see over the defense, the eyes to spot the open man, Giannis continues to flourish as a facilitator.
Mitchell passes to Barnes. Over onto Antetokounmpo. And again, Toronto no up.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Here's the professor. Lillard outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over quickly. Lillard with the bucket. Now it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
Oh, taking what the defense is giving Lillard with an opportunistic shot there.
Pass to Mitchell. And here's Barrett. And they get it.
Nope.
And the Raptors miss again.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Here's the professor. And he converts the layup. The professor's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eating up anybody.
He puts the gas on the floor.
Pirtle dishes to Mitchell. Pass to Barnes. The tray.
Nope.
And the professor pulls it down.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
And another
51.
one. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Crazy numbers.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
And Toronto making a change here. Dick's checked in. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Got a chance to listen in on Darko Rajakovic during the huddle. Coach wants them to do a better job defending the perimeter. He said we're late on our rotations, and they're getting great looks because of it. We got to fight through it. We got to take away the three. We're good, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate. Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Bucket is good. The professor's got 53.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking
Another
full
double.
advantage.
Now, here's Barrett. Pass to Dick. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Raptors. On Thursday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And you know for that matchup with New York, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick 'em game, depending on how they play.
Here's the professor to the inside. Lopez passes to the professor. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 11 rebounds in the game. Now Dick. Pass to Pirtle. And the professor picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
Oh my, he really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
On defense, Milwaukee. Mitchell passes to Barnes.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Barrett the pass to Barnes.
Come
This
on.
is a guy very willing to put his body on.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time. After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Barnes looking around. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
I think this is a key aspect moving forward for Scotty Barnes. Make them guard you in the mid-range.
Here's the professor.
And one.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Scotty Barnes picks one up. That free throw good from the professor. Both free throws good from the professor. Raptors trail by 12. Mitchell outside. Fades. Second chance effort. The kick out to Barnes. The offensive rebound. Pirtle. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up.
Oh, come on.
Barnes outside. Inside. Here's Mitchell. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
Yeah, we know this about Scotty Barnes. He has a team-first mindset, finds the open player in that instance.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Bucks.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the professor.
Boy, I have loved this guy's energy all night. There was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has.
And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. They trail by 9 points. 4 seconds separating the shot for game clocks. Hits it from 3-point range. On offense here, the Bucks. A 3 from Barnes. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Scotty Barnes with the big-time delivery. Big spot, young man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
And the Raptors call time here. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. They've held a 12-point lead earlier, and he commits the intentional foul.
It's
no
over.
Choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so he drops them both.
63.
It's a 7-point game. Toronto calls timeout. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
Fires from way outside. Can't connect. So it's Milwaukee picking up
All
the
right,
win.
all right,
A truly
all right.
gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the...
Two more W's.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright guys,